fights with passion, and he inspires.
Are you ready for a war?
All right, welcome back to From 8 Arbitration. Got a lot of stuff to cover, so I'm going to get right to it. I've got a lot of screenshots, a lot of things I'm going to get into. I will not have an episode next week. I won't be here, but I'm fixing to get busy after that. All right, I'm going to have Mr. Noble on. Also going to have Mr. Nicholas Vafiades, Business Agent Region 2. Because he sent out that challenge, so we're going to make that happen. Also, try to get Mr. David Mudd on. He had talked about wanting to come on here. Going to try to do that. And also, Mr. John Poskin's going to come on and do an episode after that. JB's going to come on and do an episode after that. And so we're fixing to get really busy on From 8 Arbitration. I've got so many screenshots and stuff. I've got to get some of these out of the way today, and that's what I'm going to do. Got a lot of stuff to cover. But From 8 Arbitration is fixing to get busy. All right, so again, won't have an episode next week. I'll be back the next week, and we're going to jump into it, man. We're going to be jumping all the way up until Boston, right? First off, most important thing, I had some carriers reach out to me and wanted me to give a shout-out to their shop steward, and that's how I'm going to start this episode off. Is doing that. Branch 4430, shop steward Joshua, a.k.a. Chief Shark Steward. I like that. Chief Shark Steward. He got the station $38,000, $1,000 per carrier for management failing to do the heat training. And so I said, you're damn right, I'll give him a shout out. So to you, sir, Branch 4430, shop steward Joshua, a.k.a. Chief Shark Steward. Here's your shout out, brother. Damn good job, my man. Damn good job for getting your carriers that money because they didn't do that heat training. They're still falsifying the training today. It's happening as we speak. They're falsifying it because we let them. We let them. From the national level, we let them because our president is asleep at the wheel. And but we'll handle things down here. Like I said, we'll handle things on this workroom floor. Despite them, we're going to handle things on this workroom floor. So there you go. Branch 4430, Joshua, a.k.a. Chief Shark Steward. Joshua, great job, my man. I appreciate you. And so do your carriers. They reached out and wanted me to do that for you. We got a Zoom meeting coming up, and that's going to be Tyler Vasseur, and that's going to be June 2nd. At noon Central Time, all right? June 2nd, noon Central Time. Tyler Vasseur and the Build of Fighting NALC. That Zoom meeting will be June 2nd, noon Central Time. I'll have this link up on From8Arbitration.com, From 8 Arbitration, the Facebook page, Discord, and Reddit. Make sure y'all getting on those things now, right? Make sure y'all getting on Discord and Reddit. You can get that link on From8Arbitration.com as well. But Tyler Vasseur, Build a Fighting NALC, be a part of that movement. Okay, all these movements combined, we're going to take back over this union. And it's a beautiful thing to see happen in real time, that we're going to take this union back over. Carriers are finally pissed off enough to stand up and do something about the cowardice that's taken over our union. We no longer fight like we should. And carriers are starting to stand up and take notice. Now, the NALC, the Executive Council, those that are trying to stay in power, it reminds me of the cicadas, which we have right now. They're all over my neighborhood, and they are deafening. But, you know, they'll come out every once in a while, every so many years. Well, I don't know how many years it is, but they'll come out, make all this noise, and then they'll die. And you won't hear from them again. That's what the Executive Council thinks of us, that we're just making some noise right now. But we'll die off. That's what they think. With these movements like Build a Fighting NALC, From 8 Arbitration, all these movements, the CLC, we're just making noise right now. They're not concerned about anything. That's the reason they protect this president that we have. That's the reason they vote the way they do, because they think that we're just making a lot of noise and we're going to die down. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you that. If I have to get on here and just say the alphabet every week until the vote for 2 straight years, I will do that. I will pay $30 a month to say the alphabet every week until we can get time to vote, and then we'll start raising hell about that. But we're not going anywhere. It's only just begun. And this movement, Build a Fighting NELC, is just another piece of that puzzle, right? So they think that we're the cicadas. We're just making a lot of noise right now, but we'll die off. They are sorely mistaken. Sorely mistaken. And so y'all make sure y'all get on June 2nd, noon, Central Time. Build a Fighting NELC, and I'll put those links up everywhere, all right? Talking about the CLC. A lot of y'all have reached out to me on this podcast about how y'all can help me. And I've told you, I will not take any money. Now, some of y'all have, I don't know how, but have gotten my PayPal or whatever I've got. I ask you not to do that, please. I appreciate that more than you know. I promise you I do. I'm not ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I promise you that. And I love you. I love each and every one of you. I promise you I do. And then a lot of you have reached out about the new CLC, the ticket coming up. How you can help that you're wanting to help. We have finally got the nonprofit where we can start contributing, right? And so I'm going to give you that information every week, every single week. I don't ask that you give anything for me. I ask that you give for this ticket, because if anybody knows anything about tickets, it costs a lot of money. I think the national officers, it's $10,000. It's $10,000 they had to put in for these tickets to get on the ticket. It's a lot of money because you have to do mailings. I think you got to get two mailings. I think is what that is, and then also all the other shit that goes along with it. I will ask that you contribute to that. I will ask that, not for me, because we're going to take back over this union. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. I promise you, it's going to happen. But I'm going to start giving out that information today. And I'll pin that on from8arbitration.com, From 8 Arbitration, the Facebook page, Discord, Reddit. I'm going to pin this on those sites so that y'all know where you can send your donations or whatever, okay? Because we've finally gotten the nonprofit, and those things will be transparent. All of these monies will be transparent. They will be easily accessible, and I'll tell you how to find that, okay? We've got candidates right now that are showstoppers to me. When I talk about who I want to represent me, who I want to be in the trenches with me, we've got showstoppers. I've been telling you that. And I see a lot of people on social media saying, well, what is Corey's position? My position is a business agent. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be the next business agent in Region 8. There's nothing anybody can do about that. That's inevitable. It's happening. This ticket will be the next ticket that's going to be over the NELC. There's nothing the current ticket can do about it. It's falling apart as we speak. So the CLC, Concerned Letter Carriers, that's the ticket that's going to win this presidency. I can have whoever I want to on here. Mr. Noble can come on here. We're going to ask him a lot of questions. He doesn't stand a chance of winning. I could have Renfro back on here. I won't, because he's so dishonest. He won't tell me the truth, so I'm not going to have that. I trust Mr. Noble as far as honesty before I do Mr. Renfro. He will never be back on here because he's so dishonest. He will not be the next president of the NLC. But to do what we need to do, we need to raise funds, okay? And so here's the info. If you want to write this down real quick on a piece of paper, and I'll say it a couple of times. But here's the information if you want to donate. And for anybody who's ever said they want to donate to this, From 8 Arbitration, I said, please don't. Here's a way you can help, all right? And I know that y'all do. I know that y'all do help. I'll tell you a funny story, and then I'll tell you this, how you can send this in. And this is the love to y'all. This is all because of y'all. A long time ago, when I first started this podcast and I started getting unruly with the NLC, first off, for them kicking me out of the national convention. And look, when I started this, I had people coming to me saying that the NELC was wanting to co-op with this, right? Because it was starting to get quite a few listeners, and this was way on back. It's nothing compared to what it is now. But they were saying, hey, the NELC's been talking to me. Now, this is the person telling me. Been talking to me, and they would like to co-op with you to get their message out. And I said, absolutely. Absolutely. They can do that. I'll help them out with that. Sure will. Because I'm trying to reach letter carriers and trying to educate them. My business agent, I told him, you can come on at any time. You've got an open platform, a standing invitation. Whenever you want to come on, you can come on. Mr. Jason Ashley came up and did 2 episodes, right? And then they told him he could never come on here again to educate y'all. That's what they told him at the business agent's office. He can never come on here again to educate y'all, so he's never been on again. They blackballed me rather than co-oping, rather than coming on here, which I told them they could do, and my business agent, they stabbed me in the back and blackballed me because of this platform, because of me trying to educate y'all, because they couldn't put their thumb on me. And when I heard they was blackballing me, somebody called me about it, and I said, hey, look, do me a favor. If you talk to them again, tell them to fuck off. That's exactly what I said. I'm not going to be one of those that you tell me what I can do. You will never tell me what I can do. You're going to say, hey, if you don't stop doing this podcast, we're going to blackball you. Well, blackball away, bitch. I don't care. You will not tell me as a man what I'm going to do. You can tell other people that, and they're so scared of their position they will do that. Me? No. But one of the things that happened is that this individual was at a party. And this individual's wife came up and started talking about me. And she was saying, hey, you need to stay far away from Corey Walton and from Arbitration. You don't need to be hanging around that guy. Of course, these people live in Florida. I live in Nashville, so we don't hang out. I did some training for this individual, but they're like, you don't need to be hanging around him. And so they told me this. And then her husband came up and he was like, hey, you don't need to be talking like that. I guess because they thought it'd get back to me, which it did, but I didn't say anything about it because it doesn't bother me. Months and months and months later, I get a call from Jeremy McCall, who's doing from arbitration.com. And he says, hey, this individual reached out wanting to promote their MDA. They have a goal of a large sum of money and wanted us to promote that on the podcast. Now, this is the same person who was trashing me, right? And he says, I knew that this person was talking bad about you, so I'm not going to do it. I said, no, it's not about that. I said, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I don't care what anybody thinks about me, first off, and I've told y'all that. I don't care what anybody thinks about Corey Walton because they don't pay my bills. So I pay my bills by me working. And so whatever anybody thinks about me, so be it. But I said, no, we're going to do it because it's not about that individual. It's about MDA, which I care greatly about. That's why I say every penny we make is going to go towards MDA off those shirt sales. And so I said, no, I'll do it. I'll broadcast it. Their MDA thing where they're trying to raise this large sum of money. And so I told y'all about it. I said, we can reach this goal within a week because I know y'all. I know y'all's passion for the city letter carrier and the things that we support like MDA. And so I put it out there. I said, I'd like to reach this goal by week. It was a very lofty goal, right? The day that I said that, they had $600 and something towards their goal. The very next day, $6,500. That's what y'all did. Y'all did that. $6,500 that y'all raised in a day. So y'all are very giving, right? That's a long story to tell y'all. Y'all are very giving. Even when people do me wrong, I'm going to help out if the cause is right. Okay? So, with that being said, with that being said, here's the information to give to the CLC, the concerned letter carriers, the next ticket, the winning ticket on this next election. But we're going to have to raise a lot of money. A lot of money, okay? And I would never ask this for myself. I would do whatever I had to do to raise it. But this ticket's it costs a lot of money. Even the one that's in there now, they have to get this same money because they can't use union dues to advertise and things like that, send out these mailings. They have to do their own money. So you'll see them at the NBA, at the regional trainings. They'll have their raising their money through raffles or whatever. So here's the information. Concerned letter carriers, get your pen and paper out, all right? Care of Ricardo Guzman, Ricardo Guzman, Guzman, and it's P.O. Box 262279, San Diego, California, 92196. And I'm sure that they're going to have, I think they're getting a website up, and they're going to have the PayPal and all these other, Venmo and all these other things where you can contribute through that. That's not been set up yet, okay? But I'll give it to you again. Concerned letter carriers, care of Ricardo Guzman, P.O. Box 262279, San Diego, California, 92196. And you'll make the check out to Concerned Letter Carriers. Make the check out to Concerned Letter Carriers because that's the nonprofit, all right? That way they can put that in there. So again, I would never ask y'all to give money, but this ticket's going to need money, all right? We're going to have to raise that money, and we will. We will, but I'll say that, I'll talk about that every week, all right? Because this will be the next ticket. Like I said, the candidates we have for the different positions are studs. And so I'm not concerned about that. When I'm able to, hopefully, I'll have the next president on here and he can talk to himself. All right. And so that'd be pretty cool. Okay. But there's your information on where to give. Also, here is a MDA car show. If you want to contribute to this, it's MDA. All right. And it's Deliver the Cure MDA Car Show on July 21st. It's the MDA Car Show on July 21st in Chehalis, Washington. All right, July 21st, Deliver the Cure MDA Car Show at the Veterans Memorial Museum, 100 Southwest Veterans Way, Chehalis. Interstate 5, Exit 77. All proceeds to Muscular Dystrophy Association. It's a $20 entry fee. You got food, music, prizes. You're going to call Cody Phillips, 360-500-6630. 360-500-6630. Cody Phillips. And again, that's July 21st. Deliver the Cure MDA Car Show at the Veterans Memorial Museum, 100 Southwest Veterans Way, Chehalis, Interstate 5, Exit 77. All right? So y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Let's see. We're going through these things. Some of the things that people are reaching out, we're going to do in depth about LMOU negotiations. I'm going to do that. I'll have somebody on to do that. LMOU negotiations. I'm going through screenshots. OSHA rules we should know for our job. We'll do that. OSHA rules. Okay, so we'll do those things. And here's something that somebody had sent me, or it was on Facebook. And I saw it and I copied it down. And management, from here on out, this is what the rest of this is going to be. I got 3 things that we're going to cover. That's going to take a little bit of time. Everything management's going to do right now is for the numbers. Your safety is secondary. With stationary events, these load times, hour office times, everything around that, encompassing that, deals with numbers, making the numbers. Your safety is secondary. So everything that we do from here on out, our safety is paramount. You're going to put your safety first. There's nothing more important than your safety. That's number one. This mail isn't on the list. These times that they've come up, they're not on the list. Always remember, your safety is paramount. It's number one. Your business agents should be out in the fields right now dealing with all these things, and they're not. We're having to do that here on From A to Arbitration. Your business agents should be in the fields. I'm going to talk about all these things. When they come up, I'm going to continuously talk about them. Every single week, I'm going to talk about them. Whatever it is, dealing with these load times, 22 minutes, these stationary events, the office times, the PM office times, all of these things I'm going to continuously cover. I'm just going to keep covering them every single week because this is the most important thing we're dealing with right now. Okay? And so always remember, when we're dealing with anything, management deals with the numbers, we deal with our safety. Everything they try to do is for the numbers. Everything we have got to do is for our safety. Remember that. So here, this person's put up this on Facebook. Y'all enjoy those hampers. Our wonderful Psalm pulled all of ours, talking about the orange hampers, and being forced to use nutting trucks, U-carts, and the wires to take out mail to the truck. So you got the U-carts. That's going to take 5,000 trips. You got the nutting trucks. I wouldn't use those. They're unsafe. The wires. And a lot of people on these comments talked about, yeah, we've been using these wires. They're so cumbersome, all these wires. I would not ever, at any time ever, use a wire. I would not do it. They are unsafe. Ergonomically, they are unsafe. And I would refuse to use them. And this is me. Now, y'all do what y'all got to do. These things are being implemented, these wires, for the 22-minute load time. They're wanting you to make one trip. So they're going to put you in an unsafe position to do that. And a lot of people are doing it. Whatever they can do to crunch these times, they're going to do it. So how can we save trips to the vehicle? Use these wires. Put the carrier in an unsafe position. Use these wires. The big wire cages. Rolling those out there, which is ridiculous in itself. I would refuse to do it. Even if I had a decision stating they can use them, I would refuse to do it for my safety. Nothing is more important than my safety. I saw B-team decisions where they said there's no violation. Carriers can use them. I would refuse to use them. I would refuse to do it. In episode 54, I talked about ergonomics. Go back to that episode, everybody. I have my entire case file. It's 379 pages. Everything that you need to beat this is in that episode. You don't have to listen to the episode. Go and get the case file. It's 379 pages of kicking management's ass ergonomically. Everything you will need to win that grievance is in that episode on that case file. It's 379 pages. Everything ever written about ergonomics is in that case file. All right? Go use it. Get it. Download it. Print it. 379 pages. Steal all of it. Make it your own. I don't care. You can use my contention. Now, this is about mail being put on the floor. But it also talks about the orange hampers. They call them pumpkins. How those are designed ergonomically to help us. Anything that they do, contrary to that, is putting us in jeopardy. Musculoskeletal injuries. All right? Over time, those injuries become more and more substantial. And that's our argument with these wires. They're 900 pounds. Okay? These wires that we're pushing, filled with mail. And so, get that case file. Print all those documents out about ergonomics. We cannot give in to that because they're trying to make this 22-minute load time. We cannot do it. Your business agents should have a template for you about these wires, if they cared about you at all with your safety. They should say, if any station in this region is using wires, let us know. And we're going to go grieve it. And they're going to say, we've been using them for years. I don't care. I'm going to file it as an ongoing issue because musculoskeletal diseases are ongoing injuries, okay? They're unsafe. They are unsafe. I would never use a wire for anything. That's for transporting mail on these 18-wheelers are what those for. They're not for carriers to use loading their vehicles. It's asinine to say anything different. Make sure, get on episode 54. If you go to from8arbitration.com, go down to episodes, find episode 54. The entire case file is on there. Get it. Let's start filing these grievances against them. Like I said, everything they do is for the numbers, to meet these parameters, these metrics, okay? Load time, stationary events, hour office time. Everything they do is for the numbers. Fuck the carrier's health and safety. They don't care about your health and safety. You have got to take that upon yourself. Business agents, get off your asses. Quit getting your lips on Renfro's ass and get back in the field helping your carriers. All right? I know y'all are failures, and 90% of y'all won't make it in this next election. But until then, do what's right and protect your carriers. Okay? Do what's right and protect your carriers. If anybody's using these wires, grieve it. And tell your carriers how to grieve it. Tell your stewards at all of these stations how to grieve it. I'm going to read something to you somebody sent me. This individual sent me this on Messenger. He said, recently I was told I have the worst load time in the district. I'm out quicker than the predecessors, but this 22-minute load time is being hard pressed, when historically this route is always 45 minutes to an hour for splitting and loading. I've been informed I cannot split my route anymore, but 2 other routes are allowed to because they can do it within the time, the 22 minutes. My break just ended, but I'll add on to this. And he's going to file a grievance on it. But he's being told that his load time is the worst in the district. First off, I'd file a grievance on that under 115.4 because there's no such thing as a load time. There's no such thing as a load time. When you ask them, where can I find load time in any handbook or manual? If you can give me that, they can't produce that. Right? There's no such thing as a load time. How I was always taught is that it takes what it takes. That's what I've always taught my carriers. It takes what it takes. Load times, street time, parcel delivery, certified delivery, delivery confirmation. It takes what it takes. But this president has changed the game on us with these memos. I want to read you the memo, the part of the memo. Now, I read the entire memo on the episodes, remember, and I fell asleep like 6 times doing it because it's so boring. But I'm going to read this to you, and this is what I always get so angry about, because this is what management is using against us right now. Okay? The following events within DSR are automatically flagged. Now, when you say that, you single out those carriers that are not meeting these parameters. When you say that these things are automatically flagged, the union never does that. The union never flags a carrier. Here's what it says. The following events within DSR are automatically flagged when the associated time exceeds the parameters listed below. Exceeds those. So you're automatically saying I'm doing something wrong. That's the inference that I'm getting, is that when I exceed these things, it's flagged and I've got to answer for it. If I have been taught, and if I have taught all my carriers, that it takes what it takes, why would you ever do that? It's a national average. Okay, well, let me ask you this. The national average is 22 minutes for load time, right? Me, historically, my route, I'm just making this number up. It's 10 minutes to load. I've got a curb line. It takes me about 10 minutes to load. I normally don't get many parcels on my route and very little mail. So my load time is about 10 minutes. Johnny over here has 4 apartment complexes, some business on his, and he's got some residential and curb line. His stuff is all over the place. It's going to take him about 26 to 32 minutes to load every day. Who do you think is going to be badgered every day with the way that management is doing this? Who do you think is going to be in the crosshairs to be bullied and harassed? Not me. I'll never be flagged. Johnny over here is going to be bullied every single fucking day. He's going to be badgered every single fucking day. So much so that they're going to come out here and change the way I do things. Because you put that in a memo. That's ignorance. As far as a union representative, let alone the president of the fucking union. When you say that these events within DSR are automatically flagged when the associated time exceeds anything, what you're saying is, you're not making the national average. We're going to flag those things. You're going to have to answer for that. Management has no responsibility to manage whatsoever anymore. They can look on a computer, and then they can come to you and say, why are you doing what you're doing? Did you come out there and watch me? No, I didn't. But this right here, this DSR has flagged you. We're looking on the computer and the GPS, the scanner showing that you left this part here, clocked to the street, and then you left this part time here and hit the geofence at this time, and it was 27 minutes. Why? What our president has done is taken management's responsibilities away from them. They no longer have to do anything other than sit in a chair for 8 fucking hours and watch us on a computer screen and beat the shit out of us. Here's a man saying he's got the worst time in the fucking district. How dare our president let that happen to him? You've got these things being placed at time clocks and on people's cases now. 1 hour office time, 22-minute load times. If these aren't met, neither one of those are substantiated by any data. There's no contractual provision to substantiate an hour office time or a 22-minute load time. Whose fault is that? I say this. Every grievance filed because of a 22-minute load time, our president should handle it. He needs to get his pathetic ass back in his office, and he should handle grievances all fucking day for the shit he's done. That's how I feel. I think he should get his pathetic ass in his office. Every grievance in this country that's filed based off of management bullying us for stationary events, bullying us because of 22-minute load times, bullying us for this hour office time, every grievance filed should be handled by our pathetic-ass president for putting his pathetic-ass signature on these memos. That's what he should do. Instead, he is still attempting to strong-arm presidents as we speak. He's trying to strong-arm mine. And let me tell you something. That's not going to work. But be careful with my president, because I will put my foot in your ass if you try to strong arm my president. And that's a promise. You will not fuck with my president. She is a hellraiser. A hellraiser. But he's sending her screenshots about JB being on the committee for the CLC. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. JB do whatever the fuck he wants to. She has no control over that. So I don't know why you would be sending her a screenshot asking her if she knew about it. That's none of your fucking business. You're so worried about this other shit. Get back in your office and do something for the city letter carrier. You shouldn't have time to worry about screenshots to my president. You shouldn't have time to worry about that. Your ass got bailed out, so I guess you feel some kind of, got your chest out now. Because these pathetic-ass cowards saved your ass. I guess you're walking around with your little chest out now, trying to strong-arm presidents again. You did Susie Miller. She told you to fuck off. You called her a bitch. And now you got my president in your crosshairs. Be careful with that, son. Little man, you don't want to fuck with my president because she's a badass. Anyway, I got off on something there, but you have no influence here in Branch 4, man. You have no influence here. We don't concern ourselves with you. We're warriors in Branch 4. We're fighters in Branch 4. You have no respect here. We give you no respect here. You're nothing to us. Your title means nothing to us. We used to respect that title until you got it. You mean nothing. You're under our feet, son. You're under our feet. You're going to try to strong arm my president. Fucking coward. Those business aides, that executive council that voted for you should be fucking ashamed. They're not. They should be, because you're the same old shit. You ever watch in the zoo where they wash the zebras? You ever watch them wash zebras? Huh? They can wash them and wash them and wash them. You know what doesn't change? Those stripes. You can't get them off of there. You know why? Because it's who they are. You can wash a zebra for 4 straight days straight with Clorox and whatever. Those stripes will still be there because that's what they are. This motherfucker here, no matter what you do to help him, is still the same piece of shit. He strong-armed this young lady way back when. They let him off the fucking hook. He's still trying to do that shit today with my president. You know why? A bitch is a bitch is a bitch. No matter how much you fucking wash off, you're still a fucking bitch. And that's what you are for what you're trying to do to my president. Concern yourself with city letter carriers. That's what you do. When I heard that shit, man, I was hot, son. I've cooled down now, thank God. I was hot. My president, special to me, son. My branch president, you mean nothing to me. My branch president, special to me. She is a thumper, son. Something you have never been and never will be. I got off on something there, sorry. So anyway, sorry about that. I'm not going to take that though, man. That's my president. That's my people. You know what I'm saying? I've seen her work, son. She will flat kick a motherfucker's ass. And you got this cowardly motherfucker going to try to strong arm her? Shit, man. You couldn't carry her purse, bitch. Anyway, any grievance, I feel like any grievance that comes down based off of these memos, the 22 minutes, load time, station, everything, he should handle them. He should handle them nationwide. Give him something to do. Obviously, he needs something to do if he's sending screenshots of shit out to presidents. Give him something to do. All right? He needs to be busy. But anyway, here, I'm going to read these times to you again. And it says, the following events with DSR are automatically flagged when the associated time exceeds it. So you're automatically leaving the door open for me to be bullied. When I tell you that these, they're waiting on us, the Trojan horse, they're waiting on us to sign them. You see these things that are being done outside the memos now, okay? Outside the memos with these load times. Those are outside the memos, but you had to know when you put something in a memo like this that we would be abused. Now, you didn't because you're a dumb fuck, but you had to know if you have any kind of intelligence as far as the city letter carrier on the workroom floor. You had to know when you saw these times, this is what was going to happen. The second I got the memo, I contacted somebody in my business agent's office and I said, have you seen the memos? Yes, I know what you're going to talk about. What is up with the times on these memos? And, of course, you couldn't melt these motherfuckers now and pour them on Renfro to say that they said this. But there's like, we've been looking at that too. Completely stupid. So they knew when I said, have you seen the memos? They immediately knew what I was going to talk about because you never put times on memos. And you don't do that. That's stupid. And so, but here we are with these times. 22 minutes to load. How much has happened with the city letter carrier because of that right there? How much has happened to the city letter carrier because of the 22-minute load time? Have we been bullied because of that? Has National done anything about that? Has your business agents done anything about stopping that? Because they can. They can if they educate every member about 22 minutes. But if management says, in Region 8, my region, in Region 8, you're going to adopt this all over the region. If they win 50% of it, if 50% of it goes unaddressed, they've won. These smaller stations that don't listen to me, these smaller stations that don't get education, that the business agent doesn't say, hey, I know you only got one carrier, but look, if management is doing this, let me know and we'll grieve it. So if management's doing it all over these regions, all over the country, and they win 30%, if 30% of the stations do this and they never grieve it, they have won. And it's based off of nothing. Here's a national average of 22 minutes. Who cares? If the carrier does it, if they say it takes what it takes, why would you put a time on a memo? It helps when you do this. Then don't do that. Then don't put it on there. If it takes what it takes, there should be no time, and I should never be flagged if it takes what it takes. If management in the route adjustment process says, hey, Corey, during all these times we watched him and he was sitting out there smoking a cigarette. I don't smoke, but he was sitting out there smoking a cigarette for 6 minutes, so that should be deducted. And then when we went out there, he was, propped up against the wall talking to somebody for 10 minutes. That should be deducted. Okay, I can see that. But to automatically say after 22 minutes, we're flagging you, and you got to answer for it. What is management's responsibility anymore with anything? What is their responsibility with anything? They have none. They're just going to put out memos and say, hey, you got an hour office time and a 22-minute load time. Do it. And most of these carriers that have never heard of this, have no idea what's going on, will do it. They've won. They've won. That's what pisses me off, man. Anything you do that leads to my people being bullied, I'm going to be in that ass. Anything you do that leads to my carriers being bullied, I'm going to be in that ass. That's what I've done for however many years since 2006, is made sure that didn't happen. And now we've got a president in place who has signed it into existence that we're able to be bullied. Unloading time, 7 minutes. I read you that the other day, where these people had these things on a piece of paper handed out to carriers. You've got 1 hour office time. You got 1 hour and 22 minutes to break the geofence. When you get back, you got 7 minutes to unload and 5 minutes of PM office time. So they're using the full gambit on us. And if the carrier's not educated on that, they will get away with it. And that pisses me off. To think that management would get away with anything on one single carrier in this country, it pisses me off. And it should y'all too. It should absolutely infuriate every single carrier that one of our brothers and sisters is being bullied because of this. But here we are. Taking all of our hampers out now, putting wires in. Are y'all going to grieve that? Is the business agent going to say anything about that? Is the business agent going to call every single branch and say, hey, if they're putting wires in, make sure we grieve that? Are they going to do that? Or are they so worried about kissing this motherfucker's ass up there at National that they're not going to even be involved? 22-minute load time is nationwide, spreading like a fucking cancer. Is your business agents doing anything about that? Are they telling y'all anything about that? Are they educating y'all about that? Are they so worried about saving this motherfucker's ass up there at National that they're letting y'all be ravaged? Stationary events, and I'm going to read some on that in a second. Has the business agent's office gotten involved with that? Now, I know that our bitch-ass president has said that that's an inconvenience to y'all. This motherfucker's removed. He is a lame duck president. I'm telling you. I told you every week I'm going to say the lions are coming because it pisses them off. Motherfuckers, the lions are coming, and it's because of shit like this. We have been left abandoned by these bitches at the top. And it pisses me the fuck off to know that. Are they saying anything about stationary events? Now, I know my business agent has sold us the fuck out on stationary events. We had a fucking hell of agreement that would have ended this. And he sold us out. Lied to me. Lied to JB. Because of Renfro's bitch ass getting involved. Now you see why. Because this bitch ass saying it's an inconvenience. Unloading time 7 minutes. Signature required scan 3 minutes. Relay time 1 minute and 35 seconds. Delivery of the scan 1 minute. That's a parcel. 1 minute. Why would you put that on a piece of paper? Long ago, I was reading emails people were sending to me where district managers are saying those were standards. If carriers are taking longer than a minute, question them why. You don't put times on memos. There is no set time. I don't give a fuck if it's a national average of anything, of shit. You don't put times on memos because we get abused when you do it. We're being abused right now more than any time in my fucking 30-year history based off of these times. Miscellaneous other, stationary, 7 minutes. And there's your 7-minute stationary time. Anything over 7 minutes, we're being beat down. That's where they got it from. Right here. Miscellaneous other, stationary, 7 minutes. If you're stationary for more than 7 minutes, flag them. Why would you say that? Why would you ever put that in a memo? Why would you agree that a carrier could be flagged for anything as a union representative, as the top dog? Why would you say flag a carrier for anything? Why would you give management that leeway? Why would you give them that opportunity to flag me for doing anything? I come to work every day and work my ass off. I've been doing that for 30 years, and you have opened the door for me to be bullied based off of me coming to work, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, taking what it takes, and now you have allowed management to question me over things that I'm doing. And people say, well, if you're doing your job, you shouldn't worry about it. I do worry about it. That's a bitch-ass excuse to say you shouldn't worry about it if you're doing your job. I do my fucking job, and I don't want to be questioned about some bitch-ass putting his signature on a piece of paper that says, oh, 7 minutes, I'm going to be flagged, or 22 minutes, I'm going to be flagged, or 1 minute, I'm going to be flagged. I come to work and I do what I'm supposed to do. It takes what it fucking takes. And if I'm signing these memos and they say, want these times on there, I'm not doing it. You know why? Because it takes what it takes. And there's a possibility that a carrier may be bullied off of these times. So I'm not going to put them on there. Because one carrier in my country, under my purview as the NALC president, one carrier, there's a possibility that they could be bullied because of these times. So I'm not going to put them on anything, because you cannot guarantee me that carriers will not be bullied on these times. The Postal Service is not getting involved. They love this shit. They are ravaging us, this Trojan horse. They are ravaging us right now based off of these times. Where is our president? Where is he? I've got a guy saying that they told him he's the worst in the district. That's the president's fault. That's his fault. And he should call this carrier and apologize for being a bitch. That's his fault. I'm going to go on delivery type, parameter, seconds per delivery. Why would you ever put seconds per delivery on anything? Well, it's to help these TRAP teams. The TRAP teams are shit. TRAP shit. You're shit. Damn it, motherfucker. Business curb line, 32 seconds. Business other, 30 seconds. Business CBU centralized, 32 seconds. Now they're going out there now and measuring our fucking mail at CBUs, saying that our stationary events are such and such. It should be this because it was taking this time earlier and this time, trying to set standards for us, measuring our mail on the street. Now taking pictures of us on the street, videoing us on the street because of stationary events. How much time it takes to do CBUs, 32 seconds per whatever. Where's our president? Where's our executive council that voted for this bitch ass to keep him in office? Where's our business agents that voted for this bitch ass to keep him in office? Where are they at? Coming to our rescue, coming to our aid, because we're being ravaged right now with this shit. Where are they? Cowards. All of y'all are cowards. All of y'all are cowards. Y'all don't even deserve to have anything to do with city letter carriers. Y'all shouldn't even have us in your fucking name. Y'all don't even have that fucking right to say anything about letter carriers. Because all of y'all are bitches for letting this happen and for keeping that motherfucker in office that did this shit. Residential other, 32 seconds. Residential curb line, 32 seconds. Residential CBU centralized, 30 seconds. Whatever happened to it takes what it takes. Takes what it takes. It takes what it takes, unless you're the president. And I'm going to change the fucking game. I'm going to change the fucking game. And I'm going to put things into existence that completely reverses everything we've ever been taught. I'm going to put things into existence that do away with sections of contract provisions, 134 of the M39 handbook. I'm going to put things into existence that completely do away with 134 of the M39 handbook. Management is now attempting to do away with our fixed office time. In a lot of these stations, I see that. They're saying that the fixed office time is the 18 and 8 casing standard. That's what a lot of these offices are doing now. Your fixed office time is the 18 and 8 casing standard. That's what your fixed office time is. That's the ignorance going on right now. But do you know what? If you have stations that aren't educated and don't know any better, did y'all know that they're getting away with that? These small stations that they come to work and they've never heard of anything. They get no education. You know, they've not heard of a 22-minute load time. Oh, we got 22 minutes. Let me hurry up and get out there and be unsafe and make sure that y'all are getting these wires now so you can only take one trip instead of 3 with these hampers. Oh, okay, well, we'll do that then. Y'all got 1 hour to get out of the office. Oh, well, let me be unsafe. I'm going to start skipping my office break to do this 1 hour office time. Stationary events are watching y'all now. Now, why are y'all doing that? Well, I was doing this and I was doing that and I was doing that because they don't know to say I was working because they don't listen to me. And they're not being taught. And so these small stations that get no guidance, they get no education, they just come to work and they go home to their families and they come to work and they go home to their families and every day you got sorry pieces of shit in management lying their fucking asses off based off these stupid fucking memos signed by this bitch ass president. And that pisses me off. That's the reason I say, when I'm business agent, every single carrier in this region will be educated on what to do and how to do it. Every single station will have a union representative, either as outside steward or somebody in there. And if presidents are doing their job, I will circumvent them and put people in place to file grievances on these carriers' behalf. I'm not concerned about weak-ass presidents. I will circumvent their authority, and I will do it myself. If I've got to go there myself and represent city letter carriers, I have been outside steward, and I will continue to do that as business agent if I have to. I'll have ravaged dogs going out in the fields and representing people. You will not bully my people in this region like they're being bullied right now. Across this country, we are putting a ticket in place that will make sure that every single carrier will have representation and that this shit will stop. Somebody sent me this, and this is about the stationary events. And so when I'm telling you they're way ahead of us, they are way ahead of us. And so I want to read this to you and I'll be done. Okay? But this is a standard work instruction, stationary time pull-up play. Now, this is how far ahead of us they are. Because first off, you got a president that agrees they can do it. They can monitor us with these stationary events, okay? He said that. He said it's an inconvenience. He didn't say, hey, where are they doing that at? I'm going to send somebody in there. We're going to make sure our business agents are educating y'all. He didn't do that because he's a piece of shit. He said that it was an inconvenience. You being bullied is an inconvenience to this dumb fucker who's not done shit. God, rode Lou Drass's coattails to where he's at. Didn't do shit when he's on the floor. He ain't been here long enough. But he talks well. Now, that's done us a lot of fucking good, hasn't it? But they're waiting on us. This is the Trojan horse I was talking about. They are years ahead of us on these stationary events. Because it's time savers. Man, they're killing us right now. Making us skip lunches and breaks. A lot of people doing that because they're scared about being questioned, about being watched. And people say, that's their fault. Fuck you. Don't ever say it's a carrier's fault for shit. Because people are in fear of their positions, of their jobs because of this. It's not their fault. It's our fault for not educating them. It's never the carrier's fault. It's our fucking fault because we have failed them in educating them. And you've got managers, you know who I'm talking about, those managers that get into these offices and they threaten them with their livelihoods about these things. And so therefore they will not take breaks as needed in the heat. They will not take their street breaks. They will not take their lunches because they're so afraid of a stationary event Because our president said they can do it because it's just an inconvenience, after all. Being bullied is just a fucking inconvenience, y'all. Look, the city letter carrier is being just destroyed right now. It's just an inconvenience. An inconvenience is a rock in my shoe. That's an inconvenience. You, sir, have allowed us to be bullied unlike anything I've ever seen. And you say it's an inconvenience? Who in the fuck are you? But I'm going to read this to you. Standard work instructions, stationary time, pull-up play. Identify stationary opportunities. Select top 3 opportunities of focus. So the top 3 carriers that stationary, opportunities of focus. Communicate and execute action plan. Maintain focus on selected opportunities. Note, begin with identifying your position title and then follow the standard work process. Visual, installation head, manager, or postmaster. Okay? Installation head, manager, or postmaster. Important steps. 1, navigate to the CRDO, Street Efficiency Time Dashboard, Street Detail View. That sounds like a lot, don't it? 2, drill down to your routes, set date to previous day, and sort total stationary time high to low. 3, each supervisor selects 3, highlighted and underlined, different opportunity carriers with stationary time. So they're telling you there, each supervisor selects the top 3 carriers with stationary time. That's a violation of 134 of the M39 handbook because you're spying on us and you're using covert techniques. But because we got a dumbass as a president, they're going to be able to do this shit because they know that his position on it. He's a cowardly bitch. And he said that this is an inconvenience. So this is what they're able to do to us right now because your business agents are out of the fucking game. They are out of the game standing on the fucking sidelines. Do you know who's on the field right now? The city letter carrier are the only ones on the field fighting. The city letter carrier are the only ones here being beat up every damn day, fighting as much as we can. Our leaders are over on the sidelines, on the bleachers, leaving this up to us because you got a dumbass as a president. This pisses me off. Sorry. 3, again, each supervisor selects 3 different opportunity carriers, motherfuckers, with stationary time. 4, email snip of the opportunity carriers, their stationary details from CRDO, Street Efficiency Time Dashboard, Street Detail View, an action plan, progress to your next higher level manager with the subject CRDO Stationary Time Watch. 5, commit to action plan to abate all stationary opportunities. Key points. Each supervisor identifies a set of 3 different opportunity carriers to drive their stationary time. Utilize CRDO Compass to deep dive carrier stationary events. Huddle with immediate manager and discuss findings and action plan. Wonder what that is. What do y'all think an action plan is? To come out on the street, measure our mail, take pictures of us, video us, question us out there without union representation if we don't know that we should ask for union representation. Again, that's not their fault. We're not educating them to say, I need my steward. As soon as they show up, hey, how's it going? I'm doing well. Need my steward, though. Because we're not educating them, and we're letting them do this to us. So each supervisor maintains focus on their selected group of 3 carriers until stationary opportunities are abated. So they're going to beat y'all down until y'all quit using stationary events. So whatever y'all are doing, they're going to beat the shit out of you until you stop. Once an opportunity is abated, select another until all stationary opportunities are addressed. So once they beat the shit out of one of them, go to the next one. Right? Once they beat the shit out of one, go to the next until all stationary opportunities are addressed. That's your Trojan horse right there. Because of some bitch-ass president that's let this shit in here. Unprecedented what's happening to us right now because of this shit here. Interactions conducted on GIS dashboard and revelation log. And record carrier trainings on PS Form 2548. Reasons for key points. Each supervisor adopting 3 opportunity carriers helps to quickly drive down stationary times. It just gives the inference that we're out there just fucking off. And that pisses me off. We do more in 20 minutes than these motherfuckers will do all day. They have 8-hour stationary events every damn day because they sit their asses in a chair and don't do shit except watch us. And going to bitch about us out there in this fucking heat, in the snow, in the rain, around dogs, and sit there and watch us all damn day, seeing if we stay one place just a minute too long and then beat the shit out of them because of y'all's president. The collective ownership of addressing the opportunity carriers helps to quickly drive the unit's overall stationary time down. The collective ownership. Use compass to identify stationary event locations to help facilitate conversations with opportunity carriers. I'll read that again. Use compass to identify stationary event locations to help facilitate conversations with opportunity carriers. Maintain communication with your immediate supervisor to communicate progress and obstacles encountered. The obstacles they should encounter is my steward. That's the obstacle. What happened? Well, the steward was there. They asked for a steward. What'd he do? Shut all of our shit down. She shut all of our shit down right there. We tried to take pictures, they grieved that shit. We tried to take videos, they grieved that shit. He wouldn't answer anything. All he said was he's working. We tried to measure the mail. Fuck, they grieved that. Educate yourselves. Educate yourselves. I'm going to do the best I can here. Others are going to come on here to do the best that we can to educate y'all. Grieve the fuck out of these motherfuckers for what they're doing. Grieve these motherfuckers into dust. And tell them to take these fucking programs and shove them up their fucking ass. Your president's not going to. Your business agents aren't going to. You do it. As a city letter carrier, we're on this field, battle tested. Right? We will fight these motherfuckers. We will fight these motherfuckers non-fucking stop. Fuck those motherfuckers at headquarters. Fuck them at national. Putting all these fuckers things in place to fuck with us. And your unions got their back turned to us. Fuck them too. Commitment to selected opportunities ensure abatements stick. Continue process on a rolling basis to address all stationary opportunities in the unit. Now here's the postmaster, M2, MPU, and MCSO. Postmaster, MPU, and MCSO. 1. Review the stationary times for your units from the CRDO Street Efficiency Time Dashboard Street Detail View. 2. Review CRDO stationary time, watch emails from installation heads, and identify opportunity offices that did not submit. So they're going to bully y'all's managers to send these things in on y'all, right? Even if you have a good manager, even if you like your manager, they're going to bully them. Where's your report? Where's your email about your stationary events? So y'all want to say that your managers are going to try to protect y'all. They will not be able to. Right here. Review CRDO stationary time, watch emails from installation heads, and identify opportunity offices that did not submit. Everybody, every station is involved in this game. 3. Email CRDO stationary time, watch snapshot with action plan that particularly focuses on the top 5 opportunities to district manager. So the district manager is involved with this. The AVP is involved with this, right? When I told you the AVP said that these are standards now, that's what they're telling my postmaster. These are standards. So the AVP is involved, district manager is involved with all these stationary times. Do you know who's not involved? Your union's not involved. Your business agents are not involved. Now, I'll say this. Region 9, Josh Brault, president down in Florida, had a very good PowerPoint that Region 9 is doing on stationary events and how to beat that. So I'll say that for them. That's Region 9. I think that's Eddie Davidson as their business agent. But they had a very good PowerPoint about stationary events and about how to beat that, how to beat discipline based off of that. And so, yeah, they are educating. Some of them are. Some of them are. So Josh did a very good Zoom meeting the other day. I was on it about stationary events and had a very good slideshow. And so I'll give it to them, Region 9. That was a great fucking job. The rest of them, I don't know if anybody else do anything. Mine's a fucking sleep at the fucking wheel. I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. I ain't seen anything. But anyway. Initiate Zoom meetings with opportunity officers. So they're having Zoom meetings about y'all too. About getting y'all's ass out there on the street. Review stationary opportunities for your units. Compare with employees identified by installation heads to focus efforts on top opportunities. Each unit must identify their stationary opportunities and provide an action plan to abate. Communicate with district manager on the top 5 opportunities and the unit's progress to address the opportunities. Follow up with the units to provide assistance and coaching if needed, and gauge progress and review GIS entries the unit made. Reasons for key points. Identify stationary opportunities for your unit to gauge the amount and selections of your installation heads. Work with management team to remove obstacles and provide coaching when needed. Update district manager on action plans and progress on addressing opportunities. Maintain focus on selected opportunities to ensure abatements stick. Next, district manager. We're going to keep going up the line here. Now we got the district manager. Important steps. Review the district stationary times for the CRDO Street Efficiency Time Dashboard Street Detail View. 2. Review CRDO stationary time. Watch snapshot emails from Postmaster, MPU, and or MCSO. 3. Identify and address any opportunity office that was not addressed with emails. 4. Email CRDO stationary time, watch snapshot with action plan that particularly focuses on the top 5 opportunities to area vice president. 5. Initiate a Zoom meeting with MPUs, MCSOs, CSOMs, level 1 PM, and follow up on progress. Key points. Review stationary opportunities for your district. So the district manager is going to look at every one of y'all and see about the opportunities, if you are the ones with the most stationary time, based off of these scanners, based off of this GPS data, which is covered under 134 of the M39 handbook, spying and using covert techniques. It is rampant right here with this little thing I'm reading y'all. And our president says it's an inconvenience. Anyway, where was I? Review progress and action plans to help identify and remove obstacles. Identify the level of leadership engagement, skill versus will. Provide direction when needed to maintain focus on driving down stationary time in your district. Reasons for key points. Maintain awareness of stationary trends and opportunities for the district. Ensure leadership engagement with the process and identify obstacles impeding progress. And here we're going to end up, area vice president. That shows you how up this shit's going, because your president has signed it into existence. None of this would be happening if it weren't for these memos. None of this. This is an opportunity for them. When we signed this, it was an opportunity for them. They know that he's weak as far as this, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's agreed with this, because when I had that grievance, I was going to arbitration, I called and asked him to testify. He never returned my call. I called twice. He never returned my call to be a witness on that stationary time. And then it gets withdrawn after I call him. Then that grievance gets withdrawn. They didn't let me go forward and fail. I would have rather gone forward and lose than you withdraw it. You gave me no chance to win. None. You can say you're not going to win it. Okay. I'll have no chance to win it if you withdraw it. There's 0% chance. I always say arbitration is 50-50. I've been in enough of them to know. I would have won that one, hands down. Of all the cases I've ever done, I would have won that one because I had them with those emails that I had. I had them. I called Renfro twice to call me because I needed him to testify. Never heard from him. And the next thing that happens, my grievance gets withdrawn. So that tells you, they know. That's the reason this shit here is going rampant, because it's an inconvenience. These things are rampant because of these memos, the stationary times, 7 minutes. There's a Trojan horse. I've said it a million times, and I'll keep on saying it up until Boston. It was a Trojan horse. They were waiting on this. And look at what's happened to us now. Look at where we are as carriers on the workroom floor. A lot of these people have done forgotten what it's like to be a carrier. Most of these business agents wouldn't know what it fucking was to put a letter in a box. A lot of these at National wouldn't even know what it fucking like to put on a uniform. Definitely couldn't wear the same uniforms they had before they left. And you got the least experienced motherfucker there is at the top. Spent very little time on the floor. And look at what's happened to us now. Shit, let me finish this thing. It's already gone longer than I'd hoped. All right, key points. Review stationary opportunities for your area. Review action plans to assist with obstacles encountered. Identify level of leadership engagement, skill versus will. Reasons for key points. Confirm awareness of district managers on stationary opportunities. Ensure collective effort to address and reduce stationary time. Ensure leadership engagement and the required resources are available to remove obstacles preventing progress. And so they're light years ahead of us. They're light years ahead of us, and they will always be with this clown we have as president. There you have it. It's their times against our safety. Okay? Especially when summer's coming, take breaks as needed in the heat. Watch and see how much they attack us, especially our CCAs, during the summer. What was all these stationary times? You don't get that amount of time during the summer for these breaks. You don't get all these heat breaks. They're coming down on us on stationary events. Y'all can't be taking all these breaks as needed during the heat. Y'all need to do something else. You ought to watch and see. It's their numbers against our safety. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? They're beating the shit out of us right now. You have no help from anybody up above. Right? We talked last week about what we're going to do when they come on the street. When they're videoing us and they're filming us and they're taking pictures, we're going to grieve that. We talked about that. When they're measuring our mail, we talked about how to beat that. When they're talking to us, we need a steward. We're going to invoke our wine garden rights. We need a steward. When they question us, I was working. We're going to do it here on From 8 Arbitration. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else. Okay? We're going to do it here because I have a passion for y'all like nothing else. I love y'all like nothing else, and I hate it. I hate to see y'all abused. It drives me fucking crazy. And I will come out swinging, right? I will come out fucking swinging when it comes to y'all. Against whoever, us or them, our side or their side. And y'all seen it enough to know I've lost a lot of friends because of this podcast for calling motherfuckers out. Fuck them too. Fuck them too. Fuck off. At the end of the day, I'm a city letter carrier, man. At the end of the day, I'm a fucking city letter carrier, and I'll retire as a city letter carrier. It's in my blood. I've done it for too fucking long. Too fucking long. Right? Wire cages. Numbers over safety. Numbers over safety. Get on that episode, on the ergonomics episode. Everything you will need, I promise you, anything ever written, any contract provision, read the B-team decision. It kind of breaks it down in snippets, my contentions. My contentions are in there. Anything ever written about ergonomics is in that episode in the case file. Scroll down to the case file, download it, copy all of it. Use it. When they're putting these wires in, taking out our orange hampers. The orange hampers are put in for ergonomic situations. Ergonomically, they're better for us. The orange hampers. They're made ergonomically for that design, for our musculoskeletal diseases, to help improve those things. Wires are not. They're dangerous. Okay? Grieve it. Get on that episode 54. Get on there if they're doing that. Watch more and more that's going to happen with them trying to get these 22-minute load times. Our office time, JB did an episode on that. Go listen to it. We're going to grieve those things, right? Stationary events, we talked about that last week. Region 9 did a fantastic PowerPoint on that. Very, very good job. We need more of that. He did a Zoom meeting. Anybody could attend. We need more of that. If regions are educating, let me know. And you got a Zoom meeting, I'll tell people we need to get on there. Now, I'm still learning. I was on the Zoom meeting with Josh Brault when he was doing it. I'm trying to learn as well. I'm trying to continue to learn. I don't know everything, right? But I'm in the fight. We're in the field, right? I mean, we're going to do that. Win or lose. We're in the fucking field. Damn. Carry me back on my fucking shield. When you withdraw shit, fuck, just leave me out there in my drawers. Shit. So fuck. Sometimes I need to tell my union, just get out of the fucking way. Let me fight. You know what I'm saying? I never thought they'd come to that. God dang. You never thought you'd tell your union to get out of your fucking way so you can fight, right? That's what we're having to do because these motherfuckers don't know how to fight. The motherfucker at the top, that motherfucker don't know how to fight shit, right? He's still trying to strong arm, though. Be careful with that. We talked about that, right? We'll talk. Me and you'll talk on that. You keep trying to bully my president, motherfucker. Anyway, hey, there's a little something for y'all, okay? We're going to keep addressing stuff as it comes up, man. We're going to keep addressing things as it comes up every single week. And when somebody sends me something, I'm going to read it just like that. Got something else I'm going to read when I come back, all right? And so next week won't have one, right? The next week, we're going to get back into it. Then I'll have the 31st, I'll have Mr. Noble. Got a lot of questions we got to ask him. Y'all keep sending them in. I have Nicholas Vafiades, Region 2 MBA. He'll be on at some point. We'll make that work. I don't know about Mud. Hey, that's the only one that's contacted me, though. I need the rest of them to contact me, like I said. We're going to get it on, man. We're going to get it on. I've challenged all of you. Surely one of them's not the only one that's going to take that challenge. All of them need to. Come on now. Shit. I know this. I know if somebody called me a punk-ass bitch, I'm going to take the challenge. As a man, I'm going to do that. Surely not one, just one has taken the challenge to come on here and get it on. Surely not. Come on now. Shit, you're showing what you're made of right there. No wonder we're getting overrun. Shit. Anyway, I like fucking with people. Can y'all tell that? I like fucking with motherfuckers, man. So we're going to have fun when we get back, man. We'll be loaded up until August when we meet up in Boston. And I want to see all of y'all. I want to meet every single one of you, right? Y'all come holler at me in Boston, and the closer we get, we'll make plans to do something, maybe, okay? But I love each and every one of you, man. I love each and every one of you, and I love doing this. Never thought I would, but I'm glad they talked me into it long ago. But I love each and every one of you, man. We're going to keep fighting, right? We're on this field together, and we will keep fighting. Hey, for those of y'all who hate it, the lines are coming. I promise you, the lines are coming. This ticket is going to be something to behold, right? If you don't mind, I hate asking for money. Don't ever give me any money. Don't ever give me any from 8 Arbitration. I'm fine. We're going to need money for the CLC, for that ticket. We're going to need money, okay? You're just got to trust me that the ticket's going to be Hellraisers until we can tell you the ticket. And I know that's blind trust. But trust me, I've never led you astray. I never will. All right. You may not agree with everything I say, but I've never lied to you, and I never will. Okay. The ticket's going to be something to behold. We've got straight up hell raisers, right, that are going to be put in places. And I know that for a fact, the names that are being put in there. And so help us out with the CLC, Concerned Letter Carriers, okay? Donate as much as you can. I'll keep putting this out there every single week. It's going to be a lot of money for us, okay? Hey, we're going to handle it, right? We're going to handle it. I'm confident. But if you ever thought about helping out, I know a lot of people reached out about the CLC, how they can help that out. A lot of you have reached out to me about how you can help me out. Don't contribute to that. That will help me, okay? Because I'm going to be on that ticket for Region 8 NBA. I'm going to be on their ticket. And so, obviously, I need their ticket to win. And so, but it'll win. It's a foregone conclusion. It'll win. This ticket in there now has failed unlike anything I've ever seen. It's failed. Miserably. It's failed. But help is coming, because you know why? The lines are coming, motherfuckers. The lines are coming. Oh, shit, the lines are coming, man. And these motherfuckers don't like it. Hey, the lines are coming. Shit. Y'all have a fantastic week, man. I love each and every one of you, man. We're going to have fun with it regardless. We're going to have a damn good time with it. I love y'all deeply. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. All right? Bye.